Brothers, we have a gameplay breakdown on College Football 25, the Nissan Heisman House Challenge. This is going to be Decroft versus VA Dimes. Decroft is going to be in the Hook'em Texas Longhorns jersey, starting out with a duo run to Camara. Camara going to be out of there early. And VA Dom's going to be in James Madison's uniforms. Decroft coming into this game, obviously the heavy favorite to win this. He is probably the most qualified Madden player in this tournament, is this being the first college football 25 live event. And looking good to start the game. Obviously, you love that. Really, typically, you just kind of run the ball to really just get on a hash mark, get the game kind of going right. You don't expect it to break like that. Bust a run, and you get a free touchdown. And now Decroft's going to be going on defense. Now, VA Dimes is running the Oregon offensive playbook. I believe he's running the 4-3 multiple defense playbook. Decroft is going to be in Michigan's offensive playbook, very similar to Oregon's. But and then Decroft is going to be in this 3-3-5 mint, 3-3-5 type playbook and 3-3-5 mint defense. So real quick, if you take a look here, this is the key player for Decroft, and what you're going to get here is essentially a crossfire blitz. We have this in our school community. If you're not a member of the school site yet, we have basically a lot of college football stuff in there. We have 3-3-5 mint, 3-3 double mug, 3-3-5 penny, 3-4 odd, 4-3 even 6-1, which is the defense VA Dimes is going to be in. We have everything in the school community that you need to win more games in college football and in Madden. If you want to get access to that for just $10, it gives you access to all of the offensive and defensive ebooks. But one of the cool things that Decroft is doing in this defense is you're going to see here that he is going to be in a base cover 3 shell, typically with this player being the hook curl defender, and VA Dimes is in this little bunch open formation, looking to probably run some inside zone, maybe do some bubble screens, things of that nature. So going to be kind of a fun matchup to watch, as we're just going to get into the base coverage shell that Decroft is going to be in. So you see here, VA Dimes immediately going to this passing attack, this bubble screen, where we have a little flat here, we have a run here, and we screen here. So he has really 3 options on this play as far as what he wants to do with the ball. It's why Decroft sends 5, and he's actually going to try to use her in the box to try to blow this run up. Now, this throw over here, and we'll just kind of see how this plays out. But this is kind of some of the stuff that in college football, you have to be ready to defend formations like this. And right there, VA Dimes actually pops a screen, gets about 10 yards out of that one. And those are the kind of things you got to be ready for in college football 25. So what you're going to notice Decroft's going to do real quick, really, really important. This is a very little thing, and you might not have even noticed it if you watch the broadcast of this. He moves this guy inside. Now, why does he move him inside? Because if you think about it, this is the basic screen, right? This will pop. This is going to jump it. If he's out here, they'll block him, but if he's inside, they will not target him correctly, and he'll actually be able to, the hard flat will actually be able to play that. Now, again, Decroft wants to play a cover 3 shell with hard flats, and the main reason why is because he gets 2 hook curls. He can switch stick all over the field. He's got one of the best switch sticks in the country, both for Madden and college football. Probably, I don't know if he's number 1, but he's definitely top 5. Definitely top 5 switch stick in the country. So that's what he's looking. That's the game that he wants to play. VA Dimes is going to be, and notice what VA Dimes is doing. I believe that is his second consecutive run, maybe third consecutive run. He is for VA Dimes to have success in this game, he needs to run the ball well. He needs to make this kind of a sloppier game, right? You're not going to pass all over Decroft. Again, one of the best switch sticks, by far the best switch stick on college football 25, and probably the best, one of the top, at least if not the best, top 5 for sure. Like my best switch sticks in the country, I've got Fancy, I've got Decroft, I've got Wesley up there, and then honestly, I'd probably throw Skimbo and Dez in there as well. I think Skimbo's got a pretty good one, but anyway, and we know that Dez is a really good defensive player as well, so in his own right. So anyway, just kind of interesting to watch all this play out. And we've seen so far several runs from VA Dimes, audibly around, find a run, right? The weakness of Decroft's defense is his run defense. This is the biggest weakness of 335 minute is it is a little bit weak against different types of runs that can be had, and you really have to kind of use your user to blow it up. But then you see Decroft gets a shed from the defensive tackle, and now we're in a 2nd and 13 situation. This is a passing situation, and we'll see what VA Dimes wants to go to. Notice VA Dimes obble around a lot, not really quick snapping, which is honestly an advantage to Decroft here. He's kind of just like slowly dialing up. Now what he's going to go to here is, I'm not sure what this even is, but it looks like we have a flat, I love this combo, a little flat wheel. And then on this backside, it looks like this is going to end up being a drag. And we have basically a high-low between this post. I don't love this corner route. I'd rather you streak this guy so that you can have this as more of a read. Because again, and we'll show you the shell real quick, right off rip, boom. Now, notice what Decroft is in here, right? He actually only sends 3, so he's bailing, probably playing a little bit more run defense focus. But he's essentially in a cover 4 drop, if you will. This might be a cloud over here, but anyways. So he's in a pretty disciplined defense to start out. I don't even know what. Oh, no. Is this his match stuff? This is cover 6. Now that I think about it, this is his cover 6 match that he likes to run against trips formations. So anyways, as you see here, he's in basically a shed D. And Vietnam is going to try to throw that. Gets an inaccurate. Honestly, probably good for him, because if he doesn't get that, if that's an accurate pass, that might be an interception. So Decroft, again, one of the best switch sticks in the country, sees the corner route, switch sticks onto the cloud flat, carries it, and now we got him in the 3rd and 13. And now you're going to see one of Decroft's primary pass defenses, and this is normal Y off close. A lot of people in Madden are switching to normal Y off close as their primary offense. We have an ebook on this base formation in the Eagles playbook in Madden. We have a full ebook on this in our school community, because this is one of the most, it's probably our best ebook of the year, one of the most powerful offenses, one of my personal favorite offenses to run. That being said, let's take a look at how Decroft tries to basically defend this. So you see here's your blitz, right? A send 4 pressure. Now, what we also have here is we have a hook curl here from his user probably, and then it looks like we have a vert hook here to the short hash. We have probably a soft squatter cloud on this outside guy. This could probably either be a deep half or a quarter, and then we're basically creating a roll coverage. The main window is going to be this out route. You got to watch for something like that, or his user, which is going to carry any crosser across the middle of the field. So those are some things to look at from a shell perspective. And we see the route combination from VA Dimes. It looks like it's a Texas, which is actually a good combo. As you see right here, this is open. The user's jumping here. Honestly, Decroft's not playing. This isn't, it's not bad defense, but like I don't know what's used. Probably going to the running back. Like I don't know what you would do differently necessarily, but the point being is just that VA Dimes has a ton of space over here to hit this route, and we'll see if he ends up hitting it, and he goes to the running back. So that's where, a little bit of a poor read, but in general, obviously we're able to pause it and slow it down, whereas in game, they're kind of going. It does look like over here, this was like a protect the sticks flat zone, which is probably what Decroft did on across the board. So he protected the sticks with the vert hook, right? He put all these guys to the sticks, which just defends the 3rd down marker. So these underneath routes are open. He takes the running back, catches it, and now we have a 4th and 5 situation on Vietnam's first drive. Decroft got to feel good about that. One little thing here is this is a spread linebacker look. So again, this potential run could happen, but more than likely, and this is what you're going to see from Decroft, when you're in a passing situation, it's going to be a send 4 like this, and then you can pretty much build the coverage around this little send 4 pressure. But this is pretty much his main pass defense. He's going to be in this send 4, probably 90% of passing situations. He's going to be in a basic send 4 here. Now notice, again, clicking on, manually moving this guy out. Little things like that to get his guys in better position is what makes Decroft a really good defensive player in college football 25. So anyway, we'll take a look here. I'm expecting some type of like cover 2 to try to prevent these sideline throws. I'm actually basically just literally expecting cover 2 across the board from Decroft here, but we'll see what he ends up doing. And here's the route combo from VA Dimes, 15 curl routes. Okay. Honestly, I don't know why. See, here's the problem. Like, Cover two would bag this, would bag this, would bag this, would bag this, and the user can guard this. Like cover two pretty much bags this if he does go to cover two here, which is kind of a standard thing. Now I love this right here. Love him putting this because if this is a cover two and he sits, if this corner sits here, now this is a wide open throw. So this, I actually love him switching up his route combo here and going to something like this here. So we'll see what he ends up doing. Decroft, as we expected here, we get a cover two on this side. It looks like on this side, he actually stays with that cover three roll coverage, right? So this is a hard flat, a third, a middle third, a deep half, a probably soft squat or cloud, but it's at the sticks, and then a vert hook probably at the stick. So again, he basically did the exact same defense that he did on the last play. It's just with the protect the sticks feature, it only is going to go to about 5 yards this time because the first down marker is obviously a 4th and 5 situation. So VA Dimes should be targeting this player right here. That's the player that will be getting open in this situation. You see he actually is targeting him, and Decroft is switch sticking onto this, but this is late. This is on time throw, and he gets a high ball. Really tight window throw there, honestly. A lot tighter than it really felt like it should have been. But very nice switch stick by Decroft, kind of a jump in that route. Good awareness by him to know, okay, this is something that he might go to if the situation gives it to him. And honestly, good plays by both guys. It was a tight window throw. That's what you like to see. You like to see where, you know, nothing's really free. Goes to Duo. Duo, arguably, if you're a college football guy, make sure, number one, you're subscribed to the channel. Number two, make sure you're in the school community. It's only $10. It gets you better at the game. And number three, make sure that if you're going to run the ball, you call Duo, because Duo is the best run in college football 25. And specifically, I think Duo to the right is really, really good, especially if you have a right-handed quarterback. This is short side trips here. You really never see this. Like, look, this is one of the things about college football that I think is really interesting. This right here is very little space compared to all of this grass, right? Look at how much more space is over here than over here. So why put 3 receivers over here like that? That you just really don't see that a lot. Kind of surprising. It could be a run, potentially like a run game deal. He probably will run the ball here. He does. He motions over. This time he goes to outside zone. So I guess the reason he probably did that was to give his run more space on that left-hand side of the formation. Running the ball to the wide side of the field gives your running back more space to be able to attack, I guess. But kind of interesting. Anyway, 3rd down and 5, obvious passing situation. You get a spread linebacker look here. Now again, notice what's Dimes doing. He's running this cover 2 beater because he's actually doing a really good job, I think, of anticipating this base coverage that Decroft really wants to probably run, which is essentially this. This is Decroft's like base, probably his base defense, right? So we'll see how this goes for him. So you see now, notice what Decroft does. This is actually super cool. So Decroft breaks a tendency here, and he just flips his coverage shell. So he's still sending the 4, but now if you look here to the left side, he has a cover 2 on the left. He has a cover 3 on the right. And this is going to do a really good job of defending this combination. This hard flat should defend the speed out. He might throw it. He is going to throw this. And he probably is highballing this, and he might complete it. But honestly, like, tough throw, tight window. And this is another thing that I wanted to say about defense. Whether it be in college football 25 or Madden 25, Decroft is making him work up the field, right? There's not a lot of free layup throws, big plays. He's having to work for every yard here. Via Dimes goes to the run game, and now we have a red zone situation. The easiest place to get a stop in college football 25 and in Madden 25 is inside the 10-yard line. Why? Because it is a limited amount of space. If you can force a field goal, like, that's really, really good. Now, real quick, we're going to peep the goal line defense. This is goal line 6-2. Notice Decroft slides this guy out. He'll probably he doesn't slide the other guy out. I guess he doesn't need to do that. This is probably 60 out jacks, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, sliding a couple of people over here to the left side. Not too worried about this weak side. He's going to use her over the middle. Vietnam's going to motion out. This looks like to be like a stretch probably. Or a duo. I don't know. It's probably, actually, this is duo, and good run defense from Decroft. It sets up a 3rd and goal situation. And I'll tell you, man, college football 25, I'm so excited. If you're not subbed up to the channel, We drop videos every single day, multiple times a day, offensive tips, defensive tips, gameplay breakdowns, breaking other people's film down as we're doing today. If you guys want to get better at the game, no better place than this channel. Now, 3-4 odd for Decroft here. So he gets out of his crossfire. So when 3-4 odd, what are you expecting? You're expecting pinch buck O, where they send everybody, right? You're expecting that. So we'll just kind of see what Decroft does. Honestly, I don't hate like just a cover 4 drop shade underneath. He's also probably going to this because it defends the run a little bit better. A little auto motion here from VA Dimes. And Decroft does send at least 5. He does send 6 here. And he hard flats yellow, right? This is basically, kind of that idea of that super aggressive defense. And he's got a guy coming free. VA Dimes, great little combo here. Putting a lot of strain on that hook curl. Gets a penalty. I don't know what the penalty is going to be. Illegal contact. And VA Dimes is going to answer back with a touchdown. So, couple takeaways. First drive from both players. Decroft didn't have to show a single passing play. VA Dimes had to drive the length of the field. Decroft, honestly, or VA Dimes, like you traded touchdowns. Ultimately, not a big deal. Kind of in general, like good job by both players. 4 minutes and 19 seconds for time of possession. Notice the number of plays VA Dimes had to take to score. That is an indicator. It's not the only indicator, but that is an indicator of a disciplined defense that doesn't give you free stuff, right? He had to work his way up the field, and now we're going to see ultimately from Decroft what he's going to do. Now, VA Dimes does go to the 6-1 defense, really good against the run. VA Dimes is going to be sending a lot of 4-man pressure. The sheds out of 6-1 are probably the best sheds in college football 25. You're going to get consistent sheds with this send 4. You really don't need to do anything. We do have a defensive ebook on this. And then this is going to basically be this cover 4 shell base. So you see here cover 4. And then it does look like VA Dimes actually running kind of some match here. I want to say this is just a man-to-man setup. Decroft almost throws a pick. That could have been really bad. And now we're in a 4th and 8. And honestly, Decroft, this is his 4th play on offense. Hadn't looked great. He's in Oregon or Michigan, but very similar to Oregon. It's a bunch strong. Going to this combo, running back streak out of the backfield. Got that drag on the backside. That's a key first down. Able to get out of there for several yards. And that's going to bring us into the second quarter. 5-minute quarters here. Typically in a Madden game, kind of something to think about, Madden or college game. A little bit more in the college game than in the Madden game, but you're not going to get more than probably 50 plays a game, offensively, defensively. Here, VA Dimes sends 6, heavy pressure, and Decroft does a good job hitting his hot read. 6-1 is good because you can get really good sheds off of send 4, but then you can also send 5, send 6, and force different types of pass protections. You'll see here Decroft going to a block tight end to handle this 6-man pressure. VA Dimes should be dropping out of this. No, he is going to send them, and now you're going to get a one-on-one on that post, and that's a touchdown, honestly. Like, that's a great read from Decroft, and just missed it. I don't know if that's a Cam Newton thing, if that's a Decroft pass leading thing, but he did have the guy open. Notice what he's doing here as well is he's running like this setup right here. So what is this good? Why is this a good setup? Well, this is really good because if you send 6, there's only a couple shells you're going to run. One of the shells is a cover 2 shell like this, right? Where this post would split that shell. Okay, that's one. Another shell is just straight man-to-man across the board, which we have seen VA Dimes basically run that, where you're going to get this kind of cross-man-y type of shell. And this is going to do good against that because post going to be one-on-one. This is a nice man-beating route here. I believe he's running this out of corner strike for this short corner. It doesn't quite look like a short corner over here, but I think it is. I think it is corner strike. But anyway, if VA Dimes drops out into cover 4, though, which I do think you'll see right here. So you see here, he drops out. Now it's a send 4, and this is basically cover 4 hard flat. This is going to be tighter, going to be a tougher read for Decroft. As you see here, that's taken away, that's taken away. This is open, I guess, but it's a tight throw. So really nowhere to go, but he is going to be able to scramble. Shout out to College Football 25, because you could scramble really easily in this game. honestly, I'm not even mad at like a 6-1, send 4, and contain because of how good the scramble drill is in this game in college football specifically, which is why you pretty much want to have, which I don't really like scrambling. I've never really liked scrambling, but in general, you want to have a mobile quarterback because the threat of the scramble is super significant for plays like that where they call the perfect defensive play and then you scramble around for 10 yards. So anyway, here's corner strike again, another setup from Croft. We have this short corner, and then this is pretty standard. This has been one of the best combos in Madden and college football all year. The basic idea here is if he's in a cover 4, right, and he's he's hard flatting. Let's say he switch sticks here. You're going to either have this post or this drag, or if he doesn't switch stick here, you'll have this corner. Now, if he is in cover 2, this corner should get matched here. And really, this is kind of the read or the seam streak. So we'll just kind of see what Dimes ends up doing. Blocking the running back, he's going to send 4 here. And it does look like he is in that. Does look like, I think this is like his man-to-man look. There's that tight end post open. Croft a little late and gets another kind of just, I don't know if that's a Cam Newton thing, or if that's a Decroft pass or anything, or probably a combination of both. But he did have that post. Now, Decroft going to go to a double corner. We have not seen this combo a lot in Madden, but in college football, a little smoother. Looks like there's that corner, bagged up, 2nd and 10. He's going to have to take a sack. And now that's a 4-yard loss. Now, right there, do you throw it away? Do you take a sack? I don't know. I think he was just trying to get that scramble up the middle to see if he could hit it because those scrambles are so good in this game. So anyway, here, 6-1. The 6-1 looks pretty good. I'm going to have to take a real serious look at this. These sheds are real. There's that match. I don't know if that's a match or what that is, but my goodness, he's playing that. And that, Decroft going to have to settle for 3 on his second drive. So that was a lot better from VA Dimes. And if we actually go back, which I'm just curious, if we go back, we'll jump back up here. That's 11:20. I want to watch this first play and see what defense VA Dimes is in. He is in 6-1. Okay. So he is in 6-1. He still gave up that run, even though he was in 6-1. So that's kind of interesting. But anywho. So Decroft going to have to settle for 3. Decroft, one of the best. He mastered kicking on this game. He is a very good field goal kicker, in my opinion. I am a very bad field goal kicker, in my opinion. So anyway. Okay, so VA Dimes back on the offensive side of the football. 3:33 here, so if you're VA Dimes, this should be the last drive of the half. If this goes your way, you go into half 14-10 with ball. Decroft doesn't get a chance to touch the ball. That's what you want to happen. The second thing, which is also a good scenario for VA Dimes, you drive down the field and you kick 3 at 0 seconds. Decroft doesn't. But the basic idea here is you really don't want Decroft to be able to touch the ball. Problem is, I think did he pass on first down? What did he do on first down? Let's look at his play call here on first down. I think he passed. Yeah, this to me is a mistake. Like, okay, so again, 3 minutes 33. So the biggest thing here is you want to take this clock, right? So you've got to get the clock moving. He goes to this RPO. I don't know. Maybe he knows something I don't. This is open. Probably if he stems this all the way down, it's probably a little more open. I don't know if he did that or not. But, like, just hand this off and get the clock moving. I think he thinks he has a free completion, but he ends up getting a red, as you see, which this is a college. I think this happens a lot more in college than in Madden. But he gets an inaccurate. And now, incompletion. So he wasted his first down play call. Then the second down play call, he runs the ball, and Decroft shoots him in the backfield, right? We saw that. So now we're 3rd and 12, and this drive is not off to a good start by any means. And this is a big drive in this game. This is a to a degree like a game-changing drive. So I didn't love those 2 play calls from VA Dimes because now what it does is it gives Decroft the opportunity 3rd and 12. Guess what? He doesn't have to defend the run. He has probably the best blitz in the game. In terms of a send 4, and he has the best switch stick in the game. So you kind of played right into Decroft's hands, in my opinion. I actually love this, though, because, again, Decroft's base coverage is this right here, which, as you see, you're going to get this streak and wheel combo to try to attack this cover two. So I actually like the play call here. And Decroft, this switch stick here is kind of, I don't know what you're trying to do with this one. It looks like he's trying to get over here to take this running back, which is cool. And so this is the throw. This is open, but I don't know what just happened. I think he was trying to throw it. I don't know. I don't know if this was just bad pass lead or what, but he throws it 5 yards behind the player. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but it didn't work. But the route was open. You might get a KO with a ball hawk there. That was a tight window, but it was open read. I think he made a pass leading mistake. But now look, 4th and 12, right? Now you see like this is a big down. And honestly, if you're Dimes, the main argument to go in for this is because there's 3 minutes left and because of where he's at on the field, he'll get the ball back before the end of half. So he'll get another end of half scenario. But this is, Decroft, this is about, like when we talk about what's a sure thing, 4th and 12 for Decroft, this is as automatic as you get because you're going to get the protect the sticks where we drop we're dropping to the sticks. Like this is a very hard down to convert is all I'm trying to say because of how good, like Decroft's pass defense is really good, right? The biggest weakness to his game is the run defense out of this. So this is a very good defense. And here, like, it's just hard to convert this. He actually might have a shot at this curl. He does, but he drops it. And I just feel like that kind of like I don't know that it's the wrong decision to go for it there, but I just feel like those 4 plays right there really helped Decroft. They kind of played into his hands a little bit. He did a good job of shooting the run on 2nd down. That put him in an obvious passing situation. And this is one of those deals where if you're VA Dimes, kind of the way that VA Dimes plays and the way that VA Dimes probably needs the game to go to win, I feel like you kind of played into Decroft's hand a little bit in terms of your play calling. But in general, he did have somebody open. He just dropped the ball. So, and Decroft going to a good old trips combo. That's almost and I'll tell you, VA Dimes has been right there. Like he has been right there for a stop multiple times. So he's been very close to stops. So he's playing good defense. The 6-1 is cool. I like what I'm seeing out of the 6-1. Look at these sheds, kind of just look at these sheds. Like that's not bad. And this is a totally like this is a college football defense if I've ever seen one. Now this is a big decision from Decroft. So I don't even know what he did on 1st down. He probably ran the ball on 1st down. Let's back this up and actually see the sequence. All right, let's just see the sequence. I just wanted to see what his play calls were. So he does run the ball on 1st down. 6-1's a really hard formation to run against. That's why that opening touchdown was like kind of crazy because 6-1 is considered a top 5 run defense in the game, right? You got 3-4 odds, you've got 6-1, you've got goal line, and then, those are your best run defenses. So anyways, kind of surprising. But anyway, you do get a 2nd 11 here. I just want to see. And this was where Decroft, this was where he dropped the pick. So you see here. And, that was close. And then you get and then you get this route combo at a bunch strong where Decroft just ultimately gets shedded, has to throw it away. And honestly, Vietnam's playing really good defense. So he is going to take his 3. And the reason why this is huge for Vietnam is because, again, now you're in that situation where you could go down, you could score 7, you could go up a possession, you get the ball at half. You could go down and score 3 and come out and have a 1-possession lead if you go down and score 7 after half. So Vietnam is still very much in a very good position to kind of take control of the game on this drive. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. This is not hard to clock at all, so we'll kind of see what his strategy is in terms of how he plays. There you see there's the spread linebackers. There's the moving this guy in. He moves the safety down. A lot of stuff Decroft, a lot of little things that Decroft is doing pre-snap to get his players in a better position to play some of the things that VA Dimes wants to do, right? So just some little things here. There is a 2-minute warning in college. It does look like VA Dimes is going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. And so now 2nd and 9. And see how he's moving this guy down? Just slightly, not much. It's interesting that he's moving this guy down as opposed to this guy. It's always the weak side guy, too. There's that cover, too. And that was not a good read at all. All right, so let's take a look at the actual coverage. This is why I think it's kind of cool to watch Decroft play, because I don't think I've seen Decroft run more than like 2 coverages. So here we go. There's our loop. Now what he ends up doing is a yellow here or a man up. It does look like this is a man up here. So this looks like a trips coverage specific to trips. And we'll just kind of show you. So he has this manned up here. He has third, probably third or half, probably cloud or soft squat. Users on a hook curl. This guy's manned up here, right? This might be a curl flat. Could be a curl flat, might be a hard flat. We'll kind of see it. This is a good play. I actually run the same play. So what this is, what VA is looking for here is this streak will pull this half. This running back will be right open over the cover 2. Wide open over the cover 2. This does look like a curl flat just based off how it drops, or it's protected the sticks or a cloud. Could be a cloud, could be a curl flat. This is almost positive. Now, the thing about this is if Decroft doesn't have zone drops on, this soft squat will match this. This is doing a really good job of covering this drag. And then VA is going to throw like a really weird route, but I want to watch this right here. So you see how he's turning his hips? This tells me this is a soft squat. This in route is, that Decroft's user is going to roll back on this in route and take this away. So the only throw really is this, but this is not open at all. Like, I don't know what did he must have thought this might be manned. I don't know what he thought here, but this is a wild read, honestly. And look at this, man. This is everybody's complaint with college, with Madden. Look at this. Where the heck is the ball? Then you see Decroft's face, just trusting the Lord and leaning not on his own understanding, rubbing the nose for good luck, thinking about things, because that was a stop. Now, to be fair, VA dropped a pick on the last drive. So, I mean, you got it both ways, but anywho. A little normal wild close. These are some wild route combos. Like, these are like cover 3 bomb route combos from VA Dimes. I'm kind of surprised. Situationally, it just doesn't, I don't know. Don't know why he's doing that on that situation. Let's take a look. So notice Decroft moved this guy down. This probably means this is the cover 2 side on the right. He actually changes his play call, going to a trail concept. I actually love this play. He's got that slant. He's got that Texas. He's got a lot of action here that Decroft has to kind of respect. And Decroft is going to go third, half, right? It's the same coverage. Now, over here, it does look like this is either a curl flat or a vert hook. It looks like it's a vert hook. Decroft's going to switch stick onto it and bite on this out route. And VA, as he did last time, he went to this motion, throws the running back. So we have him on another 4th down. Trip side in. So the right here, if you're VA Dimes, the run game is powerful as it is. There is a lot, like you see Decroft right here with his user here. He's trying to set up so that he can shoot the run. So if you're running this formation, you ever need to stop the run. If you use her outside the tackle, you can kind of shoot in here and take this away. And I think VA just called a timeout because either the clock was running down or what. This is by far the biggest play of the game. By far the biggest play of the game here. So notice Decroft getting ready to shoot the run here. More than likely, Decroft going to play very aggressive because if Decroft gets a stop on this play, like this is huge for him. So VA, and this is cool by him, he's anticipating that Croft is going to run cover 2. He's 100% anticipating cover 2. If this is cover 2, this is a big play here on the left-hand side. Now, if it's cover 3, the problem is there's not a whole lot open here. You might be able to throw this seam if his user is over here, which is probably why he uses 2 seams. But we'll see what Decroft ends up doing here. To me, hard flat third, middle third, like this is a pretty safe deal. And then either this is a vert hook, like I don't know, but we'll just see what he does. But Not a bad cover three is not a bad call on the left side. It's kind of fine. You see here is his user. Okay. Now he actually goes to that same coverage. Man up here, hard flat, third. It looks like actually I think I lied to you. My bad. It actually is cover two. So he mans up here, vert hook, cloud flat maybe. I don't know what this is. We're here. User's coming over with the running back. And VA has a lot open. He has the tight end. He should throw the tight end. He's getting shedded. And you see touchdown here. It worked. I mean, he has him. Decroft honestly fell for the bait. And VA Dimes just messed up and just missed the read, honestly. Missed the read, fourth down. I don't know if it's cracked under the pressure, what it is, but he did get shedded, but he did have what he wanted. He had that fade on that trip side for a touchdown. So that was a huge missed opportunity for him. And Decroft now in a good position here. So he goes with duo to start it out. Why? Get the clock ticking. In Decroft's mind, if he goes up by if he could go in half 16-7, and Decroft probably feels pretty good about that because his defense is bad. Like his defense is playing amazing. So it's been playing amazing all tournament. It's playing amazing right here. I feel like he thinks that it's going to be hard for VA to score, and then VA just busts the coverage. And this is just just Decroft making a great, putting a good combo. See what he ends up doing here. See, VA is kind of, it's actually a really adjusty defense, and I'm not sure, like, this looks like man to me, but I don't know for sure, right? So he's switch sticking because look where his user's at. So he's going to switch stick on to this so that he can bite on this corner route, but he has no help here. And Decroft makes a great read and able to throw a touchdown and get on top. And this is huge. This is like game shifting. You see how this game is kind of like significantly shifted in the last couple minutes of the first half. And Decroft is now in massive control. Now VA, this is a big drive for him again, because again, he gets about half. So if he can go down, even get 3 points and then come out and score after half, make it 17-20, totally different ball game. But Decroft has what we've seen consistently is VA Dimes is best case scenario is to run the ball. When he has to pass the ball, that plays into Decroft's strength defensively and probably his weakness offensively. His strength offensively is hobbling around, running the ball, RPOs, right? His weakness offensively is probably just dropping back, making reads. Decroft, weakness defensively is stopping the run, and his strength defensively is sitting forward and switch sticking, which you see how this kind of game is kind of setting up for that to be the reality here. So you see here, this is not a whole lot of different stuff. That time was a cover 4 over there on that right side, but Decroft pretty much staying with the shells, and VA has not been able to consistently attack them. And it's pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much the same shell every time. It's send 4, right? And then here his safeties flip. This is why I don't run 3-3-5 mint. I run 3-3 mint because of the flipping of the safeties like that. I like 3-2-6 playbook personally because I think dollar is every bit as good on college football 25 as it is on Madden. Anyway, VA Dimes in a fourth down situation, and he kind of feels this game slipping away, and he is going to punt here. This is kind of a big punt, honestly. Him punting here is, if you're Decroft, you try to get 3. Because look where he's going to get the ball. He's going to get the ball. Like, look at this. Look where he's going to get it. He's going to get a return here, and he's right into field goal range, and he breaks the tackle, and he's back. He's touchdown. Wisner, the actual Wisner from Texas. That is a huge touchdown on the punt return, and that is probably going to be it for the first half. It's 28-7. Decroft. This game really flipped, honestly. It really flipped, and I have to say, if you watch this first half and we try to dive deep into the details for you, hopefully you'll see that Dimes' defense was fine. Like, he was playing pretty good defense. Decroft was having to work. He was having to settle for field goal after field goal. It really comes back to, I think Dimes' inability to execute offensively in some of those key down and distances kind of keep, because again, the way he plays offense, you got to keep the offense on schedule. There's a lot of that. And so, anyway, let's get into the second half. All right, back here for the second half, and Dimes does have ball first. You'll see Decroft now. He's probably going to just stay in the same basic shell until Dimes can consistently attack it. So we'll see what Decroft does. Decroft is showing us a really good example too of when your opponent audibles around a lot to different formations. It's almost like the more complicated the offense gets with different audibles, different hot routes, all these things, the more simple you are defensively. It really does seem like that because Decroft's not like these are the same adjustments every time. I mean, it's literally cover 2 to the short side, cover 3 to the wide side, hard flat or cloud flat. Probably a cloud flat over here on the left. As you see here, that's like basically a cloud flat, throws a pick. I mean, these are, gosh, this is not like, this is the same thing. It's the same adjustments. Look at this. Let's back it up real quick. Show you what's going on. Look, cover 2, vert hook. This is probably a cloud flat or a curl flat. Why is he going to this in this situation? Because he's winning 27-7. If he just keeps Dimes in front of him, right, the clock. So he puts the purple over here, the cloud, takes the speed out away. And I mean, I don't know for sure if this is a deep half. It could be an inside quarter, but I'm guessing that this is, it could be either one. It's either an inside quarter or deep half. I know this is probably a middle third. I know this is probably an outside third. And I know that this is either a curl flat or cloud. This is a vert hook. This is a soft squatter cloud as well. So you kind of see like this is his base shell against normal Y close. And this is a really good shell against normal Y close. So Decroft offensively now, this is going to turn into, Decroft's going to close this game. So it's going to be run the ball on first down, high percentage passing. You're going to see him take the clock. He's probably going to get on the chew clock here. There is a lot of time, honestly, still left in the game, though. So you can't just not call your plays. Dimes should probably be blitzing more, being more aggressive, trying to force a turnover. See what he does defensively. I feel like he's been playing pretty good defense. Just kind of blown a coverage once, and Decroft getting this all the way down to 1. Man coverage for Dimes. Hits that nice drag route. And now that brings up a 3rd and 2 situation. So you probably will see Dimes blitz a lot here. Probably, if I'm Dimes, I would send 6 here. He's going to try to, and Decroft going to try to just pick this up on the ground. Going to go to duo, try to pick it on the ground. Not going to be able to get it. That's okay. And then now, this is an interesting go for it situation. He is up by 20. I think Decroft's basically thinking, like, what does it gain me to get up by 23 versus 20 is probably the same, 3 possession lead either way. Whereas if he could go up 4 possessions, that would be basically GG's. Dimes gets the stop, and now he's going to get, the ball back. So kind of just some interesting game management there. Normal Y-off close back for Dimes. Again, you're seeing, there it is. That is a deep pass. We actually see his adjustments. This is a deep half, and you literally can see this right here has been the shell the entire time. By the way, let me back this up. Let me actually get you this clip because this is right on EA stream. This is right here. This is it. Spread the linebackers, auto contain here. You got the vert hook. I don't even think this is on 5. I think this is just I think he's shading this down. I think he's shading the vert hook down. He clouds, halves. This has been the defense he's ran against this the majority of the game. The majority of the game, one of the best formations in the game, Decroft has bagged it with basically this adjustment. He's going to put his user on a mid-read here. You'll see it. You'll see it real quick. And there it is. There's the mid-read. And you see this is it. Now, this could be a hard flat every time. He might be a hard flatting every time. I'll tell you in college football, what I've noticed with the zones is if you don't have like let's say you have what Dimes was doing where he's running the speed out, but he doesn't have a clear out. I've noticed this zone will drop back better because he doesn't have anything pulling him down. So this could totally have been a hard flat the entire time. But I mean, this is it. And this is the D. And watch his hard flat. Yep. It does look like that because that's a hard flat right there. I don't think he's dropping his zone drops back either. and you're seeing it's topping this route, right? So then Decroft's here, and then he's got that vert hook here. This you can throw this, but it's a tough throw, right? But that's the normal Y off close. I get asked all the time, how do I stop normal Y off close? Now, obviously, this is college football, not Madden, but I bet you a very similar principle applies to. And you see, there it is. He is cloud flatting now. Okay, so he looks like he might just be going between cloud flatting, hard flatting situationally. Now he's going to give us a glimpse into this bunch defense. It's crazy that they're actually showing. They almost never show these adjustments. That's why I'm like super nerding out by this. But this is a cover 4 hard flatted shell. Why does he go to that against spread sets? It looks like when he gets into something like this, Decroft doesn't really feel the need to cover to him. And you see, I mean, this is perfect defense, perfect. And honestly, yeah. And you're just seeing, I mean, this is just a cage. I guess he is putting his zone drops to 10. I think that's probably his hooks. And he's probably doing that just situationally based on the down and distance at 3rd and 8. But you see here's normal live close. Notice he flipped it, so the cover 2 is over here now. And good read. But kind of getting a real serious like glimpse into the actual adjustments Decroft was using in an actual tournament game where he's trying to win. The winner of this game got $10,000, and I think they also got a car and a key to the Heisman house. So that was kind of cool. But just kind of a glimpse into his actual real-time adjustments, I think it's kind of cool. So love that they're actually showing that. Madden, I don't understand why Madden never shows that. Like they show the offensive plays, but they don't show the defense. They show the offensive perspective the entire time. I've always wanted to see more of the defense, but maybe that's just because I preferred, or I'm more interested in the defense than the offense, I guess. But there's that jet touch pass at a normal live close. And this is basically a stay alive drive from Dimes. Like if he doesn't score a touchdown on this drive, the game's probably over. And if you're Decroft, this is, not him scoring here is not the end of the world. You're trying to make him take as much time as possible. So if he wants to run the ball for 2 yards, you let him run the ball. You're just, this is probably, I mean, he's probably even cloud flatting here. I wouldn't be surprised. Little seam streak. That was, ooh. Dimes is losing it. I think he's frustrated that the guy's momentum didn't carry him into the end zone there. I think that might have something to do with the way he passed like that. Did he possession count it? Maybe he just didn't get an animation he wanted. I don't know. Looks like Decroft's goal line defense is 3-4 odd in this game. I'm trying to figure out where his user's at on this 3-4 odd. Just jet touch. He's using the safety here. Good defense. And you see, I mean, VA Dimes, this is just not, like I said, VA Dimes, for him to win this game, he needed to play from ahead. And he really never got ahead. That first touchdown was so critical. That's a great RPO. Honestly, that's a great RPO. He's frustrated, but that was honestly a really good RPO. I got to look at that. I think what he did was, so this is crazy that you can do this, but you can audible to RPO plays, like RPO read bubble from trips tight and offset weak, which I think is what he did. And then if like right when you audible, you put a receiver on a route immediately after you audible, like instantly, you can actually put the receiver on like a route. And then if you get him on a route, you can stem the route. So what he did, it seems like, is he immediately put him on a hitch. He stemmed it all the way up, turned it into a streak. And then that's a really cool, honestly, RPO that is something that you could learn from VA Dimes. And then he does get him. I think that was probably duo. You see how powerful duo is. I mean, both of these guys are rocking duo. I'm personally looking at how they're kicking the ball off because no lie, I give up a lot of kick returns. So I'm always out there trying to figure out special teams. Decroft, duo, there he goes, gets that cut. And you see, I mean, he's ran duo a lot of times. VA Dimes has given up 2 big runs on it, but mostly stopped it. And VA's already calling his timeouts. I don't know why he called a timeout right there, though. But he is calling them. And Decroft just trying to get this game over with. He's going to take this all the way to the 4th. He's drinking he's hydrating, getting ready for his celebration, thinking about things. He's happy with his performance so far. Notice his abilities. He does, I think he talks about this, but he does use workhorse on his running back and on his quarterback. And then he's a big believer in takeoff on their wide receivers. 2nd and 8. If he passes this is kind of crazy. I would, I guess you're passing it just because of the down and distance, but you don't throw away here. You definitely take a sack. So notice how he steps up. And that was a huge benefit for DMs. I don't think he was really close to getting a pick there, but I mean maybe. But getting D-Crop to throw an incompletion was huge. I'm gonna go to Dagger here. This is just an obvious 3rd and 8, trying to pick this up. And we get crosser. Nice catch from the tight end in. That tight end delay in is so good. And VA Dimes is situated. He's actually running a lot more man coverage than I first realized when I watched the game live. He's running a lot more man coverage than I thought he was. Man coverage, honestly, in college football, it's good, but it's not good. Like it's good. I don't know if off man coverage is really good, and that's what VA Dimes is kind of doing. A lot of off man coverage. I feel like shaded down man is kind of good. I really do feel like that. Like if I was gonna run man coverage, I'd probably want to run shade down man. VA Dimes is like cross manning and stuff. I don't know if that's really that good. Obviously, he's here for a reason, but I just feel like Decroft's players are open. It's just a matter of if he can make the throw or not. So, like you see here, watch this left side. He might go to zone here, but he's been running a lot of man. Yeah, man coverage on the left side. See, like there's a lot open there. I just feel like kind of missed him on the cuts. But if you throw him on the cut, I feel like they're open. I will say though, he is also individually shading different receivers different ways, which is cool, and that is definitely good. So he's also shading his coverage a little bit. Decroft hydrating, thinking about things. Did he take a sack? I don't know how the clock is still going. We got so Decroft putting a ton of man beating routes on the field, double drags, wheel route. Oh man, that's a really bad throw. I think Decroft thought that this just beats man. I don't know what he was doing. But look at this pressure. I mean, heck, I say man's bad. Maybe it's good. That was kind of baggy. I don't feel like Decroft ran the best play, but that was kind of baggy. 4th and 11. That's pretty much if Decroft gets the first down. I mean, not over. It's pretty much the same situation. He's got the wheel, the corner route. That corner route should cook. Yep. So that corner route is the man beater, right? And you see he has the takeoff ability. That corner route, I don't know how you stop that and what VA Dimes is doing defensively. I'm surprised that Decroft didn't run that play more. And now Decroft going to go to his clocking formation out of gun wing tight Z. It looks like wing tight Z. Looks like he likes duo out of this. He can audible down into stretch. And Decroft or Dimes is going to stay in 6-1. 6-1 is a good run defense, so this isn't going to be free. But stretch is normally pretty good. This is also why I believe Decroft switched to Michigan for this tournament, because he was in Oregon probably for like the qualifiers. He switches to Michigan more than likely for these red zone setups, these like run plays. And VA Dimes forces a fumble. He doesn't get the fumble recovery. Decroft on conservative. And about 2 minutes left. Decroft's going to take this all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And you're going to see Decroft basically close this game out. I'm curious to see what you guys thought of this tournament and live event. I thought this was huge for college football 25 this year. I was super, super thankful that they decided to do something like this. And there's so much you can learn from this game from both sides. I think ultimately Decroft got ahead early, was able to play a little bit more of a kind of forced VA Dimes to play a little bit more of a pass heavy game. And yeah, you see the sigh of relief from Decroft finally being able to beat man coverage. And he is just going to kneel this one out. I don't know if VA Dimes is going to call his timeouts. I think VA Dimes will. I'm surprised if he doesn't. VA Dimes is a guy that believes you fight to the end, probably. Decroft going to take this down, kneel it out, 3rd and 12. Probably going to do one more time, and then we should see a timeout from Dimes if he's going to call it. Or if he's just going to concede. He does not call it. He decides to concede, and Decroft gets the W and wins the Heisman Challenge. Thanks for watching the video, guys. And if you want to get better at college football or Madden, all of my ebooks are in our school community. You get everything for $10 by being a member over at that site.